Welcome back to Getting Chance Farm. Today it is raining pretty good. It's going to be doing that most of the day. Come out here to give them a little bit of hay and check on Rosie. She's paying attention to us. She was just running around splashing in the water, having a good old time. Let's see if we can get close to her again today.
Here comes the rest of them. Not so much.
Not so much today. She kind of scared me off, didn't she? Oh well, at least she didn't take off running. She wasn't too scared of me. I just didn't want to force feed.
All right.
Go back in. Stop getting wet. pulled this one off the lathe, was going to start cutting the end of it off, and I noticed that there was this split right there that actually goes down pretty good and ends up quite a ways down in the end of this. So I was a little nervous about it, but I thought maybe I could finish sanding it and get past the crack. As I'm trying to cut it, this happened. It split into two. So it should have looked like that and been a decent honey dipper, but it didn't. It cracked in two. I think it may have been just a bad blank to start with, because it actually started out this morning as a 6-inch long blank. When I went to initially put it up on here, this piece snapped off of it. So I was like, okay, I just go back and I'll cut that piece off, shorten it up a little bit, and get going. Well, this end that split on me, in reality, was attached right there initially this morning. So it actually split again. And now that I look at it, it actually split on both sides. It split a little bit there, and this side here split. I did notice yesterday I kind of fought it a little bit to stay on the drive side. Seemed like as I was trying to round it out when it was still a square piece, it kept wanting to come off of the drive side. The drive side would just kind of spin on me. With this being an older lathe, it has what you would call a dead center. So this side doesn't move. It just stays put. So that's another reason why I noticed today it actually started kind of charring a little bit, and there was some smoking going on this side. I didn't notice that yesterday. I don't know if it was because yesterday I was turning in stages and I kept turning the lathe on and off a few times. So maybe that allowed it to cool down in between times. But not the first thing that's cracked on me, and I'm sure as I go on turning, it's not going to be the last. My mallet that I tried a while back out of a piece of firewood, it ended up splitting on me, and as it's been sitting here, it's even splitting even further, because it was just right through here, but now even the handle part of it's split in two. So it's part of it, I guess, because unfortunately when you get the blank, you can't really tell what's on the inside as you're turning it. So I basically was looking at each end, and the ends looked good and the sides looked okay, but then it seemed like the closer I got to looking at this part of it, to me it almost looked like this end was almost a knot, just by the way that the pattern is here. It almost kind of looked like a knot to me, but because that's where it kind of chunked off. So I'll have to end up getting some more of this, because that was going to be my second honey dipper out of the Bethlehem olive, and that's all I bought that day, was just 2 of them, just to try them out. So we'll look for better luck the next time, because our plan is to start turning some of these honey dippers and seeing if we will be able to sell them at the farmer's market. We have had a couple of people ask us for them. Sure, I could go out and buy the little honey dippers I found online. I could buy them for like 50 cents a piece, but they're not something that I've made that I know. So I figure, add almost $8 in that one blank, and then my little bit of time in it and a little bit of mineral oil to finish it with. So I think somebody would actually enjoy a handmade item more so than they would something that's just mass produced. So.
Alright, so we're just out here feeding in this nice, lovely weather. And it just continues to rain and make everything look so sloppy.
Look, Rosie.
And then there's Rosie again. Now, Tony's gonna go back out there and feed them a couple bales. Kind of doing the bale graze. Sorry. He's doing the bale grazing, trying to cover up some of the bare spots. And hopefully some of the seeds the girls are... Oh, it's okay. The girls was petting Rosie. So that's a good plus. So as you can see, he dropped one bale out there, and then he'll move somewhere else in the pasture and drop another one. And we do this several times in the day. That way they eat each of the bale at the time of feeding, instead of eating a little bit here and then going to the other spot and eating a little bit of that, and so on and so on. And Taylor's still petting Rosie.
And also, if we pet Rosie every day, while she's still a little calf, hopefully before we show her, we can practice and take her around the ring, and she'll be a whole lot more gentle
And calm.
and calmer than what the other calves, some of our other calves were in the past. They would fight us because they didn't want to walk. So hopefully she'll be a little bit easier to walk.
Okay. So they're gonna come back in, get out of the rain. I'll come and show you. We've already fed the goats and the cats and the chicken that's in the chicken hospital. And then we've got 3 eggs today. Like I told you the other day, chickens are starting to slow down of laying, and due to the weather it is. So hope you enjoy watching our videos. Don't forget to
Like, subscribe,